Hey guys, welcome back to another Do Your Homework with me. Right now, let me just make sure I'm actually filming. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and start with this equation. Today we are graphing linear equations, but we have to isolate the y first. Okay, notice that there are terms beside, there's a term beside the y, therefore it's not isolated. Remember in class we talked about y being having COVID. So anytime you have COVID, you have to isolate. You have to go on quarantine. Oh no. So here we go. To start off, I have my notes on this side to help me, and that's a great idea when you're doing your homework. Always have your notes on the side, okay? Here we go. We have to first draw the wall, right? Looking at the steps right there, we have to draw the wall first. And when we draw that wall, we then have to move the x term. This is the x term. Do we move only the x variable? No. We move the whole term to the other side of the equation by doing the inverse. Okay, so now the inverse of positive 9x is negative 9x. So that cancels, and now we have y. Y is officially by itself. Yay! And then I have to make sure that my x term is at the front. So it's negative 9x plus 4, because this is a positive. So I have to make sure that my equation is in slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. Okay, this is what we want our equation to look like. So now I have to find out, what's my b? My b, my y-intercept, which is the b, is positive 4, which means I begin at 0, 4. And that's at the top right there. Cool. Now, I need to figure out what's my m? What's my slope? And I know that my m is right here beside the x, and it's negative 9. Now I have to remember that my m is my rise over run. So it can either go up, sorry guys, it could either go up or it can go down, and then the movement of my slope will either go to the right or it will go to the left. So let's do that. We know that my slope is a negative 9, and we can also write that as negative 9 over 1, or divided by 1. Same thing as negative 9. So then when we do that, I see that I have a negative sign in my numerator. That means I will go down 9 spots. I go down 9 spaces. From my blue dot, we go negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7, negative 8, negative 9. But then I don't stop there because I have my denominator. So I have to move to the right because it's a positive. I move to the right 1 space. And then I move to the right 1 spot. All done. Looking good. I can't really fit any more points on my graph. So let's go ahead and end it right there. That's my line. Remember, the arrows are very important. Okay, now let's move on to number 2. Now here, I have to get my y by itself first, so I have to draw the wall. And when I draw that wall, I have to then move my x term to the other side. So then it's a inverse, which is negative 7x to both sides. This cancels. Now 2y is equal, let's write cuter, 2y is equal to negative 7x minus 10. Now the inverse of 2 times y is 2 divided by 2, and then I get rid of my 2 on the left side. I get y by itself. So now I have y is equal to negative 7x over 2 minus 5, because I see that negative 10 divided by 2 is negative 5. Well, cool. I have my equation, y equals mx plus b now. Look at that. Looks the same thing, right? Okay, now I have to figure out what is my b. Well, b is equal to -5. Therefore, I begin at 0, -5, which is down here. That's my slope-intercept. And then, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. That's my y-intercept right there. That's my y-intercept. And then now I look at my slope. So what's my slope? Well, I know that m is equal to, right here, -7/2. And again, I know that my m, remember from this part, let's copy that. Oh, step. Let's go ahead and copy this. I'm going to copy and I'm going to remind myself. Look at that. I have to remember that m is either going up or down, and then it's going to go to the left or to the right. So looking right here, I see that, this is going down. But do I have any more space up down here? Do I have any more space going down? No. So I can also interpret this graph, this slope, as the inverse of -7, which is +7. The inverse of +2 is -2. So then I can look at this, and that's easier to graph, so I'm going to use that. So I know that I have to move up 7 spaces. Okay, moving up 7 spaces, so from the blue dot, +1, +2, +3, +4, +5, +6, +7. But then I have to move to the left, because this is a negative sign in the denominator. I have to move left 2 times -1, -2. Okay, there we go. There is my line. Awesome. Let's go to the next question. We have 10x minus 3y is equal to -15. I draw my wall. Cool. Then I move my x term to the other side by doing the inverse of +10x, which is -10x. And then I know this cancels. I drop the -3y down, and then I drop everything else down, -15. I'm putting that x first always, before the constant, before y-intercept, okay? So I ask myself, is this in y equals mx plus b form yet? Is the y by itself yet? No, it is not. So I have to do the inverse of multiplication, which is division, dividing -3 to all the terms. I get y is equal to -10x over -3. And then I can do, looking at this, I have -15 divided by -3, which is the same thing as +5. Okay, now I ask myself, what is my b? B is right here, +5. So I start at the point 0, let's actually make that nicer, 0, 5. And that's at the top, boom, right there. Then I look at my slope. What's my slope? Well, again, I have to remind myself this fancy thing, right? I have to remind myself that my slope is going to be -10 over m is equal to -10 over -3. So I know that because I have to either move up or down, I have a negative sign right there. So I have to move down. I have to move down first. Okay? And then I have to look right here, the denominator. Am I moving left or right? I'm moving left because it's a -3. Okay, so now I move left. So starting from the top right there, here we go. Let's move. Going -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9, -10. Then I have to move to the left 3 spots. -1, -2, -3. Okay. There it is. There's my line. Whoop. Okay, let's make it nicer. There we go. All right, now let's do number 4. We have the wall, and I'm going to explain less now because I've been explaining pretty intensely. Here we go. Now I'm going to move my x term to the other side. Okay, here we go. Negative 2y is equal to negative x minus 6. I do the inverse of multiplication, which is division, dividing negative 2 to all of the terms. Y is equal to negative x over negative 2. Excuse me. Negative 2. And then plus negative 6 divided by negative 2 is positive 3. And then I ask myself, well, what's my b? My b is the 3. So, wow, this is so sloppy. Okay. So then my 3 is, exactly. It is b equals 3. I start at 0, 3. 0, 3, right there. And then I do my slope. And I know that I'm either moving up or down, or I'm moving side to side, and then I'm moving side to side. My slope is a negative x over negative 2. So this tells me that I'm moving to down 1. Oh, sorry guys, that's a 1, that's not an x, okay? That's a 1. I'm moving down 1, and then I'm going to move to the left two spaces. So down 1, negative 1, and then negative 1 and negative 2. Boom, down 1, negative 1, and negative 2. Boom, down 1, negative 1, negative 2. Boom. Okay, I can do the opposite way. I can go this way now, okay? So when I do that, I just do the inverse of negative 1, so that's positive 1. And the inverse of negative 2 is positive 2. That means I'm going to go up 1, and then I'm going to go to the right 2 spots. Okay? So I go up 1, 1 to the right 2, up 1 to the right 2, up 1 to the right 2. Boom, boom, boom. So many points. Awesome. Look at that. There we go. Let's go to the next question. I'm trying to make this not too long of a video. So we draw the wall, and then we do the inverse of positive 4x, which is negative 4x to both sides. And then I cancel that out, drop the y equals to negative 4x plus 0. Then I ask myself, what is my b? B is equal to 0, so I start at the point 0, 0. Kabam! What's my slope? Movement of my slope, and I know that once again, move up or down, and then I'm going to move side to side. So m is equal to this number, which is negative 4. Same thing as negative 4 over 1. Okay, so I know that I'm going to move down, because it's a negative number. I'm going to move down 4 spots. Oh no, sorry guys. Oh, don't look at that. Okay. I'm going to move down 4 spots. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. And then I'm going to move to the right 1 spot. Boom. I can go the other way, the opposite way. Because again, I'm moving to the right because this is a positive. I can go the other way. Because again, movement of a slope, the line moves both directions, not just one direction. So I can move opposite of negative 4 is a positive 4 over opposite of the 1 is a negative 1. Okay, so now let's move going up from the blue dot, negative, positive 0, positive 1, positive 2, positive 3, positive 4. And then I can go to the left negative 1. There's my line. Okay, I'm moving fast. Just pause whenever you need to pause. Now let's do this really fun bonus round. I see I have a y equals negative 5. This is the easiest thing ever because I know that y equals negative 5. And then I have to just remember that that's a horizontal line. I plot my point, which is the 0, 5. And then I've noticed that it's a y equals. So anytime you have a y equals and something that's this simple. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry guys. Anything that it's like that simple, I know that this is going to be a horizontal line. And then right here, the same thing, only this is an x equal. So what's the opposite of y? X. Awesome. The opposite of x is indeed y. So what's the opposite of a horizontal line? That's right. It's a, let's draw this. This is a vertical line. So then I plot where my x is at -5. X is at -5, boom. Okay, and because it's a vertical line, we just plot the point like this. We plot the point and then we draw the line, okay? Easy. All right, thanks you guys. I hope that was helpful. I hope I didn't take up too much of your time. I'll see you guys in the next video. Sorry for the text messages. Oh my gosh.